What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In the cryptocurrency world, all of our boats are docked at the same pier. We are all trying to navigate and sail through the exact same rough seas. And so when one project sends out an SOS, it's nice to see Algorand pulling up and offering to help. It does two things. One, it's helping. Every little bad thing that happens in this burgeoning market of cryptocurrency can give it a good name or a bad name. And every time there's a bad project, it's that proverbial 99% of people are a-holes and 1% of people are good people, and that's not the way it is. It's just 99% of people are good. It's just that 1% of a-holes is so loud and obnoxious that they stick out. And it's the same thing with the cryptocurrency world. Every time there's a rug pull, every time there's a scam, people point at it and say, look, see, I told you so. It's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam. But every time that another project pulls up and says, no, that was a bad project, and we are a good project. Come on over to our side and let us help you. It gives the cryptocurrency market a good light. It shows unity. It shows cohesion. And that's all a good thing. Let's read this from PR Newswire. Algorand and MakerX announce automated migration service and commit 1 million algo to enable Terra users to migrate to Algorand. And that's good news. Come on over to a better way to do it, because I don't think Terra is going to recover. The Algorand Foundation and MakerX, which is a firm that specializes in Web3 and digital product development, today announced the general availability of a first-of-its-kind automated platform that will enable Terra users to move their projects to Algorand. Nice. Throwing a lifeline. That's good. Algorand is a wonderful project. I mean, it thinks about the planet. It thinks about other people. It thinks about banking the unbanked. It thinks about a lot of things that are good and world-changing. And yes, bringing liquidity into the project. Because, I mean, let's face it. If you don't have liquidity, what do you have in your project? You got nothing. The Algorand Foundation also announced that it is committing 1 million algo to a fund that will start with enabling Terra users to make the migration. Nice. CEO Stacy Warden said this: "We are all working for the same dream of an inclusive, decentralized, and borderless global economy. And when you see people who are chasing that dream get hit hard the way they did, you can't just sit around." When people from the Terra Luna community started reaching out to us, we immediately got busy, very busy, getting this support up and running. And good. Unity. I like it. Displaying the power of Algorand. I like that too. Having other blockchains be able to look in on Algorand and the Terra users and them migrating to Algorand and see Algorand is really truly helping out and getting them curious, like, what is this Algorand? Why are Terra users migrating to it? Is it really that good? And then they find out that it is, and then they start using it. Mass adoption. One step closer. With the Algorand migration service, Terra creators will be able to migrate their NFT projects to Algorand, receive personalized support from founders of some of the most well-known projects and platforms on Algorand, and enable their communities to easily receive their newly migrated NFTs at, get this, 0 cost, with all fees covered by Algorand. Now, that is an extremely smart marketing ploy at the same time. Don't get me wrong. I never take my eyes off the quote-unquote selfish portions of every move Algorand makes. Obviously, I'm an investor. I've got money invested in it, and I want to be able to make something off my investment, not only for me, but me and mine and my future and future generations of me. So yes, there is a selfish bit there too, and this is great news. Absolutely. Wonderful marketing news. It's going to make people look. It's going to bring users, and if you remember on, I believe it was just the last video, how I stressed the importance of those transaction fees. After 2030, 10,000 transactions per second is our goal. We get that with users. This is amazing to bring in this many users, because not only are you bringing in the Terra users themselves, but the consumers of the Terra users and their NFTs at the same time. This is big. This is great. I love it. At the time of launch, Algorand was the first to deploy a migration service leveraging automation to allow seamless project migration. Algorand does a lot of firsts. They're a very future-thinking company. I mean, Talon keys. Algorand is one of the only blockchains, if not the only blockchain, that has serious security in place for when quantum computing is a thing. Because quantum computing is coming. It's not if, it's a matter of when. Funding will be allocated on a first-come, first-served basis. Obviously, that's the only good way to do it. Factoring in size of the project community while active on Terra. Even after the Special Migration Fund has been depleted, users will still be able to apply for funding via the standard Algorand grant program. So if you have a huge project and it is worth a decent amount of capital, then that might definitely be worth your while. And this is just the beginning. The Foundation and MakerX plan to expand migration capability to enable users on other blockchains to make the switch. Terra is just kind of the test and the display of if you are fed up with the gas fees on your project, if you are fed up with the downtime of your project, if your project is, let's say down 9 to 10 times a year, not mentioning any names, then perhaps you want to come to a project that has never had any downtime. Algorand has never been down. Poppin' Puffins is an NFT creator club that has already moved on to Algorand. The club donates 2.5% of its profits to charities committed to the natural seabird habitat conservation. It just makes sense. Our values could not be more aligned, the club stated. We are relieved we have a place to nest, where our people can keep making cool stuff for a good cause. And that's exactly the stuff you want to hear about the project you're investing in. That's what you want to hear the clientele, the customers, the users, the supporters, whoever. That's the stuff you want to hear. We're relieved we have a place to nest, where our people can keep making cool stuff for a good cause. Nice. The future of finance, seen in Algorand. To develop the tool, Algorand partnered with MakerX, which developed key project content, created a project support channel, built the migration tool, and drove the allocation of funding to migrated projects. All the puzzle pieces need to fit. Everything needs to be in place. Why? Well, because it's all geared towards, after 2030, transactions per second. So what is our goal in this? Well, our goal in this is to accumulate enough Algorand that we never have to work again. To accumulate enough Algorand, enough passive income by putting in the work or the money today, that future generations are going to look at it and be like, wow, that great-great-granddad or that great-great-grandma, he or she really made some amazing decisions. And because he and she made some amazing decisions, today we don't have to struggle. I know. I think way too far in the future sometimes. I appreciate your time. You guys are amazing. And I will see you guys on the next one. And I encourage you, peruse this article. I'll see you on the next one.